What's going on, everybody? It's your favorite dating coach, Elliot Scott, and as you can see by the title below, we're going to talk about how a man interprets a woman's silence, a woman being done with it, pulling away, not putting up with the BS anymore, what's going on in his mind, and how it, transitions, or how the narrative makes him do certain things. Hopefully things that we want him to do, okay? So, jumping right into this, I want to start off saying the following, okay? That I think a lot of context matters on how a man's going to act or react to a woman's silence. So let me give you a couple examples of this. The first example would be if you're talking to a guy and he's the one who's pulling away, and he knows he still has you. You being silent, while it's the right thing to do, you're not going to get the initial reaction from him that you want, at least in the beginning, up front, right? You're not going to get it. And there's several reasons why this is. Number one, he knows why you're being silent. He also knows the consequences of his actions for why you're silent. Meaning, before a guy pulls away and does whatever he does to make you, silent, pull away, do no contact, watch this handsome dating coach and his videos, like he knows that, because men are risk avoidant, right? We like to analyze everything. He knows what he's doing and he has a reason for what he's doing. He's not doing it just to do it, okay? So it's like risk analysis. Like he knows he's calculating these risks. He's pulling away and that you're going to react accordingly, okay? That's the first thing. The second thing on why you might not get a reaction up front is he knows he still has you. Again, context is very important. If you're talking to a guy on and off, okay, let's say, or you've been talking for a long time and you're showing all these IOIs that you're not going anywhere, that you're whipped, that you're outcome dependent, that you want him and only him, right? Kind of goes with the first thing I said. He's going to go do his thing and he's not going to think much of it because he knows through, again, he might not be accurate with this presumption or assumption, but it's what he believes. And it's based on the evidence that you showed him that you're not going anywhere. Again, you might be like, no, Elliot, I'm going somewhere. Okay, cool. Well, then, you got to do what you got to do. I completely understand that. But again, he still has, it's logical to assume what he's assuming with, oh, I'm going to go do X, Y, and Z, and she's going to throw her little fit. And I'm not saying that in a disrespectful way. I'm just saying that might be, like he knows what's happening. So you're going to do it. But he's not really worried about it because up to this point, you gave him, you have shown no signs that you're done with this bullshit because you took him back before, right? So those are really important things to keep in mind if you're watching this and you're like, okay, I'm doing no contact. I'm getting your guide on no contact, which is, by the way, below. I have a guide on no contact and a million other things. Just click the link. I'm reading your guide saying do this, do that, do that, and I'm not getting the results I want. It takes a while, ladies. It takes about a month for a man to, at earliest, a month for him to be like, okay, this is what it's like with and without her. And, up to 3 months where I think in that gap is the sweet spot. Where a guy is kind of rolling over a bunch of these things, analyzing and looking back, reflecting on if he made the right decision. Now, here's the thing. I want you to think of this in two different, not worlds, I don't know how to explain, two different, not dimensions either, perspectives or layers of the issue. And what I mean by this is there's your line of thinking and your line of things you need to do while he's doing his. Okay? And what I mean by that is if you're talking to a guy who's pulling away, the guy needs to go through that process, okay? Now, I'm not saying let a guy go and come back. If you're like, hey, I'm done with this dude, that's not okay. I agree with you. A woman should have standards. There should be value involved, and you just can't come and go. Like a guy takes you for granted if that's the case. You should be like, nah, bro, get the heck out. But we're speaking hypothetically. Let's say you're outcome dependent, and that's not the case. You're wanting him to come back and squirm and work his way in. Either way. Like I said, I had videos on this. Like guys go through that 4-step process on leaving and then returning. And just to sum that up real fast, hey guys, the first step is I'm pulling away. I'm doing my own thing. I'm not really going to think about it because I have a narrative in my head for why I'm pulling away. Then the second step is, or the second stage, I guess, is okay, I pulled away. I got to go live out this thing. Oh shit! Very professional. I got to go live out the reasoning for why I pulled away. Jeez, real professional here. No wonder I'm not getting views on this shit. But, he has to go pull away, right? And, okay, he does. He goes and does his thing. He sees what it's like being without you, which goes to the third step. Now he knows. He can analyze more accurately what it's like with and without you. And then the fourth stage or step or whatever is, not only analyzing it, but reflecting on it and seeing if he made the right decision. Again, that takes time. Now, you, on the other hand, during all that, you have to hold your ground, ladies. You have to hold your ground. I cannot stress this enough. I have so many clients who come to me wondering why they're in the situation they're in and they want to know how to get a guy to regret something. And then I listen to their conversation that they paid me $250 to listen to, and I'm thinking, girl, I know what your problem is. You're whipped. You want him to do X, Y, Z, but there's no reason for him to regret what he's doing because you're not going anywhere. You're whipped. You're calling me, after you begged him to be back. And I'm thinking, well, of course he's not reacting the way you wanted him to. You're not gone. He's not convinced you're gone, right? So again, like the title says in the video, like how do men kind of perceive this, or how are they just, I guess, what's their perspective on all of it? It depends on the woman. If you have done everything, I don't want to say wrong, but a lot of evidence shows that you really like him and care and you're not going anywhere and you have a lot of history and you said you weren't talking to anyone else and you gave him a million chances, unfortunately, you have to cut that. I always say it's a saying in entrepreneurship. You got to kind of like jump off the. I'm not telling you to jump off anything. Just disclaimer, but jump off the building and build the plane on the way down. Like you just got to take the. You got to trust, right? And you just got to build along the way, type of thing. This is no different. You got to trust the process. You have to, even if it means losing him. Yes, that can happen, unfortunately, but you still have to take the leap. That's the word I was looking for, not jumping off shit. But you have to take the leap of faith to know or to do what you got to do in order to get something better in the long run. And what that looks like here is, okay, I got to hold my ground. I got to stop caving in. I got to show him my worth. It's crazy. It blows my mind. Ladies, I'm not blaming you. I love you. I love you all. I wouldn't be doing this without you. But it's crazy to me. Women are like, men are wasting my time. Men don't value me. And I'm looking at her and I'm thinking, you're the fucking leader here. He's just following suit what you're doing. You don't value your time. You don't value yourself. Otherwise you wouldn't. And again, ladies, no offense to you. You guys have horrible pickers. The guys you talk to me about, I'm like, really? This is the guy you want to spend the rest of your life with? This is the guy you're paying me X amount of money to talk about? This fucking dweeb? This guy? And it's crazy because you're so out of the guy's league. And I'm listening, I'm like, oh my goodness. But anyway, I'm going off on a little rant. Like I said, it's crazy people will come to me and say guys don't value their time, guys don't value them, guys don't value, and it's like you're not even doing yourself. He's just following suit. You're not valuing your time. You're not valuing who you're intimate with because you're intimate with the fuck, like the scum, like this guy. It's like, what? Right? But again, the reason I'm saying all this is because you will be shocked at how much things change when a woman upholds her value and she doesn't have this fear of letting go, and she does take this leap. Again, I'm not telling you when to jump off anything. This leap of faith into this abyss. It's like, hey, it is what it is. I just know this is what's best for me, and I'm doing it, and I'm holding my ground no matter the outcome, because I know I'm a high value woman. This is what I need to do. Okay. And then guys are going to reflect on this or see this and be like, oh, and again, she has to follow through long term doing this for him to see the evidence of, oh man, she's actually changing. She's actually serious. Because here's what you basically are doing, ladies. Here's the way you have to perceive it. A guy is, again, it's all through a lens. A guy is looking, right, at the world or you, okay, the situationship, the bubble you guys are in, and he's taking in all this evidence. I call it the variables, the sleeping with him on the first date, say you're only talking to him, going at the pace that he set, and despite it being fast, you're going along with it, telling each other you love each other, whatever, all this crazy crap. He's looking at all that, and it's like, yeah, I got this fucking chick. Hell yeah, I got this stuff, right? Like, I got this. He's so convinced of this. And then women want to start doing this no contact, okay? This pulling away stuff. And then it's been a month and she's shocked it's not working when she showed all these signs, all this evidence for the last 3 months, 6 months of talking to this guy. And she thinks 1 month can just cleanse all that. That's not how it works, ladies, right? So what I'm saying is, it's really difficult, because what you're essentially doing is trying to change this guy's perspective of evidence that he sees, right? And you're trying to change that, whatever it was, 3 months, 6 months, 2 months, you're trying to change that in a week or 2 weeks or a month. And again, it's very hard to do, because you got to understand too, the guy's playing the game, ladies. Guys are playing the game too, okay? But to sum this up, it all depends on the context, but for the most part, a guy is going to, I think, reflect on it from about 1 month to 3 months, and guys will always get to the stage where they are reflecting on it. Regretting it is a different story. For him to do that, though, ladies, he's going to have to feel like he actually lost you and lost the opportunity. Regret is self-inflicted. Regret is essentially, I was in a good position, but the decision I made put me in a worse position. It's your job. When I say it's your job, I wouldn't give a shit about this guy if I was you, but it's your job to create that narrative in a way that also showing I don't give a shit, okay? But again, if you want to learn how to do all that, if you want to learn the right steps to take, either get my guides down below or get a session with yours truly. Again, link down in the description, 1 hour session, private, you and me, deep dive into your whole scenario. Again, a lot of back and forth. I love doing them, ladies. Links down in the description. Love you all. Take care and peace.